The reality is sometimes science gets published as if it's established science, when the reality is it doesn't actually meet the scientific inquiries. There was that 2016 survey by Nature. Yeah. Nature, of course, you might know this, is one of the most prestigious scientific journals in the world. Peer-reviewed journal. And they reported that more than 70%, they did a study on different studies, and 70% had tried and failed to replicate the experimental results from other labs, and couldn't do it. So that's really interesting, because in order for good science to be established science and for it to become the kind of thing that you'd say that is a finding, and to be the kind of thing that would meet the peer-reviewed standards, your experiment has to have the kind of protocols that could be repeatable and then yield the same results. Because if you're doing an experiment and you do this protocol and it comes out with X, and you do it again and it comes out with Y, or even not X, or even X prime, you have some issues going on. Maybe your protocol isn't that great, but they were finding that the protocols, and this is not only in 2016, but there's other surveys as well, that show that a lot of the stuff could not be repeated, and yet it was being reported as if it was established scientific finding and peer-reviewed and met all the requirements for peer review, when the reality is 70% in some fields weren't even close to being the kind of thing that would rise to the level of a scientific finding. That isn't to say that we throw the whole scientific endeavor out. What it is to say is that when someone looks like they are a part of the consensus of scholarship, are they? Yeah. And is that scholarship actually, are the findings you're looking at rising to the level of what we would call scholarship in the first place?